Right next to me is Nissan's most affordable fully electric vehicle. This is the 2025 Nissan Leaf SV Plus. Now this is actually the top of the trim of the Leaf. You have S and SV Plus. So this is the SV Plus with 212 miles of range, and it's priced at $38,000. And it does not qualify for the $7,500 tax credit. So that $38,000 is the price tag of this vehicle. So in this video, I'll be taking you through the ins, the outs, the back, and let's see together, is it actually worth it? Big shout out to Executive Jeep Nissan in North Haven, Connecticut for allowing me to use this vehicle for the day. Their information will be linked down in the description below. Let's dive right into it and talk about the front. And I gotta be honest, it's a very, very unique front. You know it's a Leaf right from the front. These headlights slope down. They're LED daytime running lights, LED headlights, but there's halogen turn signals in there. So that's a toss up. At least these are the lights that you want to see on the road. So that's at least really good. Down here, you do actually have fog lamps down here. So it's pretty nice that a vehicle like this has fog lights. Up front, you have the big Nissan badge, front-facing camera, and then this really cool design, which I'll see, it's like kind of crosses and X and V's all in the front here. I'll pan to it and show you. It stands out, it's different. And then, since it's an EV, there's no really front grille, but you still need a little bit of airflow for that battery pack to cool it down. And down here, there's that airflow because this vehicle is not liquid cooled. Some electric vehicles are liquid cooled like the Chevy Bolt, a lot of other ones, but this is an air cooled battery. So it needs air to suck through to cool down the battery as it heats up and it drives. If you like cars just like me, can you please hit that subscribe button down below? It takes 1 second and it helps me out a lot. Thank you. Under the hood, this vehicle does not have an engine because it's fully electric, but it still has this. And what is this? It looks like an engine to most people. You can probably trick your friends. It's an actual motor. So the motor powers both front wheels and the battery underneath the vehicle takes the energy to power the motor. This is a 216 horsepower, 160 kilowatt AC synchronous motor that powers both front wheels in this vehicle. The battery is on the floor of this vehicle, completely sealed out of vision for a better low center of gravity. And it gets this vehicle 212 miles of range, and it's a 60 kilowatt hour battery. I was kind of confused myself on how do I open the charge port, because a lot of vehicles are just kind of a push, but it's an actual button on the key fob here. Hit this button. That unlocks it, pops it up, and now you open it up. What are these two ports? Well, this is your CHAdeMO DC fast charging port, and this is your level 1 and level 2 CCS charging port. This vehicle does not have a Tesla charging port on it. It's CHAdeMO and CCS. The CCS is the slower charging. This is what you have at home, your simple household outlet. Level 1 charges this vehicle 0 to 100% in 24 to 36 hours, give or take. That is a long time, but a level 2, which is your dryer outlet, charges this vehicle 7 to 11 hours to 0 to 100%, so that's very good. And then this CHAdeMO charger is the public chargers. So you'll find these big blue chargers, that's the CHAdeMO, you put that in there, and it charges this vehicle 0 to 80% in just 30 minutes, which is actually pretty incredible. The key fob of this vehicle is very simple, just black plastic, the Nissan logo up there. You got lock, unlock, that's to open the charging port, just hold that, that opens up, I showed you earlier. Then you got a panic button. I think there should be a remote start in a $38,000 vehicle. And yes, electric vehicles can have remote start. There's no roof rails up top on this vehicle. These actually are power operated, heated and blind spot monitoring mirrors, which are pretty nice. This button on the handle, hit that with the keys in the pocket, locks it, hit it again, and it unlocks. It is not on the rear doors, but it is on the passenger side doors. And these wheels in this vehicle are 17-inch alloy rims with all-season weather tires. And I gotta say, this is the most unique rim I've ever seen. Now, a lot of people probably aren't gonna like it, but you gotta admit, that stands out. Open up the rear door and you're greeted to plastic. There is plastic absolutely everywhere in this. The hard touch down there, a cup holder, speaker grill, window controls. And I mean, you do have this cloth, but it is very, very thin cloth. And then a spot to put coins. Hopping in the rear, it's all cloth seats and blue stitched. They're actually kind of nice and plush, not gonna lie. It's pretty decently comfortable. Legroom is okay. This is set to my driving position. I'm 5'8", I'm not the tallest, and I don't have that much legroom. And headroom, if you could see, there is none. I'm 5'8", like I'm touching the top with my hair. So a 6-foot person is gonna be like, kind of like this or they're gonna have to lean over. And then this vehicle does not have a cup holder armrest in the middle here because it has this little piece down here, which is cool, but I'll get into why it's kind of not. You got 2 cup holders, a little spot for snacks, 2 USB-A ports. Cool that you have USB-A ports in the rear, but the middle seat passenger is gonna have to man spread like galore, and that limits these seats. So I don't know if 3 adults can fit in here. It's gonna be very tight for 3 kind of normal sized adults to fit in here. And then if you have cups, you're putting the cups near your area and you don't want people to go near that area. Little storage pocket and then grab handles if your friend's driving like a maniac. Opening up the front door, you're greeted to, again, all plastic. There's some like softer touch plastic there. Again, the really thin cloth, nothing crazy. And then hard touch down there. I guess that's what you want it to be, hard touch. You put your drinks, snacks, not bad. A speaker control, you have 4 window controls. One's one touch, so one touch down, the window automatically goes down, and one touch up, and automatically goes up. So that's pretty nice. Hopping in this vehicle, you have cloth seats up in the front that bolsters you pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie, the blue stitched again. This is power operated, so you got forward back, you know, the backrest, and then lumbar. But the passenger seat is just a manual seat. I'll pan to it and show you. There's power on the drivers, but not the passenger. Turn on the vehicle with a push to start, and you're greeted to a half digital, half analog gauge cluster. So you have permanent miles per hour analog over there, and then this little gauge, this is all digital. So this thing will kind of basically show RPMs in a normal gas car. So you floor it, it's showing more power. You know, put down the brake, or you go in 1 pedal drive, it'll show that you're regenning battery. Shows you miles there, your battery percent down there, and then use this D-pad to go and customize to all different stuff, music, navigation, a lot of eco modes, so you can go in and see your miles per kilowatt hour. And then go into safety settings. There's so much here, driver assistance it is, and you can go and change all these safety settings. You can turn on or off. I don't know why you would want to turn it off, but you can. So steering assist, lane assist, blind spot, emergency brake, parking aids, driver attention. You can go and turn all these on or off if you don't want to. This also has a backup camera with moving trajectory lines with a 360-degree view. And it also will detect you if you back up. So I'm backing up into these weeds right now. It'll start beeping at me and it should automatically brake. Yep, if I get close to it. Leather wrapped heated steering wheel with heating controls on that side. That's for your lane keep assist, so it steers you in the lanes. It is not a hands-free driving whatsoever, but it'll guide you in the lane so you can kind of chill and cruise along. There is no paddle shifters in this vehicle because it's all electric, so it's just 1 gear go. Below the touchscreen, you have physical AC controls in this vehicle. We want physical. It's kind of a cool bow tie shape. That's the fan higher or lower. That's hot or cold. Down here, 2 heated seats, so both driver and passenger has heated seat controls. High, low, USB-C, USB-A, cigarette lighter port, and then a spot to put a phone. This I do not think is wireless charging. I actually will try this right now. And nope, that's not a wireless charging pad. Put the vehicle into eco mode with that button, and it shows there on that screen it's in eco mode. This is the e-pedal, so it's just a 1 pedal drive. Backing up right now, if I take my foot off the accelerator, the vehicle will come to a stop. So it's kind of on or off. Imagine like a controller where it's like you shoot, it's on, and you lift it off, it's off. So it's just 1 or done. You could take it off if you don't want to. And then this gear shifter is very odd. So it's this way down for drive, hold for neutral, and then that way up for reverse, and it be to park. 2 cup holders there, your emergency parking brake, and then this little leather armrest that's like a bike seat. It's pretty odd, but you have actually decent storage in there to put stuff. Coming onto the back, it has a very weird and unique shape, just like the front. These are wraparound LED taillights, but the turn signals here are halogen. You got the Leaf badge, Nissan right front and center, and then you have SV Plus all the way on that side, which I'll pan to it. Parking sensors in the back here, and it'll beep at you just like I showed in there. And like I said, it stops you if you come close to something, so doesn't want you to hit it. And this piece down here is probably the coolest. I'll show you. It's a like race car style diffuser in a Nissan Leaf. It's not fast at all, but hey, they make it look like it's fast at least. Under the Nissan logo, there's a button to open up the trunk. It's a manual trunk, but it's hydraulically assisted, so it's not bad. And I gotta say, the space in the trunk is incredible. I could probably fit 2 of me. So the space in the rear is pretty tight, but the trunk, it's actually better than the rear, shockingly. It's super flat in the back, it dips down so you got a lot of space, and this is your charging cable. So it's kind of like on this thing by a hook. Very nice, very convenient to use. There's no cigarette lighter ports in the back here. There's just nothing, but it's a nice open space. But the only thing I gotta say about the rear that I don't like is when you put these rear seats down. So it's super simple to put these down, just one-handed like that, and they both go down. But when they're down, there's a level difference. Since this is so far down and that's so far up, it's a massive slant. So if you're gonna throw a shelf or something in here, the shelf's gonna be on this much of like a slant, and it's probably gonna be hitting that roof. So I don't think you can get a big object, long object in this vehicle. And that was a quick review of the 2025 Nissan Leaf SV Plus. What do you think of this vehicle? Do you like it or do you absolutely hate it? And do you think it's worth the $38,000? Be honest, let me know in the comments below. And please remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell to keep updated with more content. And a huge thank you to Executive Jeep Nissan in North Haven, Connecticut for allowing me to use this vehicle for the day. Their information will be linked down in the description below.